Hello and welcome back to another episode in the Auora 4X C# remastered conventional starting steps remastered series. In the last episode, we accomplished our goal of getting into the jump era, and in today's episode, we're going to be continuing where we last left off, within showing what you do after you have discovered your first systems, and understanding as well what that will mean for your exploration, exploitation, and expansion in the 4X genre, of course. Before we get into the episode, though, I do want to say a few things. In relation to the episode itself, this will be probably the last episode, or the second to last episode, as this episode will basically be just going over the outro of things, talking about things you could have done, things I should have done, explaining certain ideals, exploring a few more systems, and kind of giving you guys some ideas that you can take forward into your next games, okay? Because at this point, really, realistically, you're going to be at a stage where you've just gotten to the jump era, you're going to have some mines, you're going to be wanting to colonize out there, and I'm basically just going to be kind of talking you through, like, the idea of what you want to be looking at to do. Okay? So other non-episode stuff, I want to thank you guys. Well, 860 subscribers, 140 away from 1,000. I'll be so proud if I can get to that. I started this channel around 3-4 months ago, and I can't believe the amount of support that's really just been on the channel. It's been incredible. I also want to say welcome to all the new people. I know there's a lot of new people, especially on Quill, and some of the YouTubers who are now getting into the game and are interested and want to learn more. And so say hello, and to the older people, please help them out in the comments, in the Reddit, the forums, link the videos, share them, get the word out, that kind of stuff. And of course, subscribing and liking and stuff is always helpful. But I've taken up enough of your time. Let's get right into the episode. So, as we said, we last left off, we had expanded, well not expanded, we'd explored 37 Geminon, and we were about to go and survey it. We had more survey vessels on the way, and we were continuing our exploration of the galaxy now. So, a few things that I want to talk about is that once you get to this point, it's really a sandbox. And what I mean by that is that the game is already a sandbox to begin with. But the problem is that once you get into the jump era, you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can go in any direction that you genuinely want to do. Now, there are guidelines and things that you want to be looking for, but compared to the first years of a conventional start, it's a lot less structured. So, because you are exploring, and we'll kind of go through some time here as I talk, because you are exploring, of course, that's obviously going to mean that, you know, I'm just going to get some research here. You're going to find new planets, new habitability areas, you're going to find ruins and spoiler stuff, you may find aliens, and it becomes a lot more less structured because you can't guarantee things. So, I can't guarantee that your first system, you won't find aliens in it. Well, I kind of can, but there could be something, there could be alien ruins, there could be a habitability cost 0 planet, and that could completely change how you play the game, and that's the main thing that I want to get across. So, in that aspect, you have to consider a few things. So, the number one thing you want to consider is, like, colonization targets. The second thing is what you need. So, minerals, supplies, infrastructure that you will need to support your empire. And 3, you've got to manage the what I call risk factor, or safety to risk. As you expand out into the universe, okay, you are going to increase your chance of finding aliens, because every time you step through another jump point or another thing, you are going to increase chance that there will be an alien on the habitable world. And as soon as aliens are activated in the game, okay, they will start exploring, and they will start building jump gates, and they will start doing things, and they will start as a TN empire, okay? So they will have military vessels and all that stuff ready to go. This is why you have to be careful. So my advice at the start, while we just watch the TFS lobster here, this episode's going to be more just me chatting about the game, as we kind of explore things. It's going back to a feel now. one of the things you have to consider is that you need to manage how many systems you're actually exploring. So my advice is start with the first 5 systems around your first homeworld, and then build up and build up. Get a military, start building things if you haven't already. Go into ground forces, get some STOs, and really start to be able to defend yourself if need be. At that point, you can also develop infrastructure and things that you will need. Now, let's get a little bit more into the actual video, and not the video, but the actual game. We just completed 2 new vessels, so the Cuttlefish and also the Dolphin. And I'm going to get those 2 vessels to begin exploring, of course, because we want to continue our exploration of the galaxy. I'm going to decrease that a little bit because they are coming back a little bit too frequently for me. And we're going to put resupply at colony there just so they can get their stuff. So survey next 5 system bodies, and then survey no. So this will basically mean that they will survey 5 system bodies, and I'll queue them up. And then if they have surveyed all the bodies in the system, they will then go and survey the survey locations, which will be very nice for us. And then obviously if they run out of fuel and stuff, they can head back to colony. So I'm going to send those 2 through that jump point. We've discovered the system of Alpha Centauri. We have 2 different stars. We have, these are some quite interesting worlds. 17 million population. A lot of carbon dioxide. A lot of nitrogen. But definitely a world that we could habitate. So it's pretty close to Earth's gravity as well. And then we have another world, helium, hydrogen, and then an archipelago, 97.9% liquid. And the main problems with this world is temperature's fine. Get rid of the carbon dioxide, and then we would have to add in the oxygen and a little bit more nitrogen to actually get that to where we want to get it to. But this is what I'm talking about in terms of worlds that could be very habitable. So obviously, you know, these kind of systems are going to be something you want to look for. So this is a binary star system, and you'll find trinary and quaternary star systems. Sometimes they're rarer, but binaries are very common. Even in real life, binaries are an extremely common thing. So let's get right into it. So we're going to explore, obviously. Now the thing is, well, once you see that there are habitable worlds in the system you explore, there could always be aliens, so you have to be a little bit careful. But since it's right next door, I think we'll hopefully be fine. And so we're geologically surveying here, and I'm going to send the CSS Lobster now back to 37 Geminon because we need to continue our exploration efforts here. So now they're going to the secondary and binary star system. And they're going to continue their exploration. Gravitational survey was completed in Sol. So I'm going to have the Barracuda now go to 37 Geminon and help out. So we just finished our mineral survey of Alpha Centauri. Let's have a look at what we can find. So we have a lot of uranium. Let's bring up like the big window. So this world, oh my god, okay, that is 37 million tons of uranium at 1 access. Okay, now that's something. This planet can sustain 66 billion people. If we, the temperature's fine. If we if we got rid of the ammonia and just added in some oxygen there, that would be an insanely good world for us. That'd be a massive world. And then we also have these other worlds, and we also have a lot of potential here, so we could get some ground survey units and send them in. So basically, like, do you see how the game kind of opens up? There's so much you can now do. All these planets you go and explore and colonize and do all this stuff. They can really get out of the game. A lot of uranium here, carbamite, magnesium, a lot of carbamite here. Gas giants have thorium on them. God, I wish I got this in my other game. But yeah, there's some really awesome things you can look at. And I advise as well, check out the other tutorials and the Let's Play after this video. After watching it. We found our first jump point in the system, and we're going to continue our exploration. I'm just going at 1 day speed because I do just want to talk. So yeah, that's the main thing. Everything kind of opens up, and you kind of decide at the pace you want to explore and do things. Though realistically, again, you're going to want to manage setting up stuff like this. So, here's the thing, right? If you want to send minerals back to another system, you can't use mass drivers. So you're going to have to use cargo. So a general thought that you want to do is you want to have a collection planet. This can be a habitable world with lots of population, big population, that kind of stuff. And then you want mass drivers and mines and automated colonies kind of sending all those resources to that collection planet, and then freighters come and pick those resources up and then send them to Sol. The cool thing about doing that is you can kind of leave some resources behind and kind of have these systems build up on their own. Build some factories or build this or build that. You send some factories over, they get enough minerals, and they start building infrastructure and mines, and they can start exporting that themselves to other places around the solar system. So we're going to get the lobster moving now. And yeah, let me know, guys, as well, how you guys are feeling about the series. If you enjoyed it, would you like me to clarify anything in a post-follow-up episode? Would you like me to explain anything? All of that stuff. As well, once we hit 900 subscribers, I'm going to be putting in a thing where you guys, well, basically, I'm going to be asking you guys, well, I'm going to giving you the opportunity to basically put questions forward. Basically, ask me anything kind of questions. And then at 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a Ask Me Anything, or FAQ, or just asking, or just answering any questions you guys particularly have. They might be really short if not many people, but it will just be a general celebration of the first milestone in the channel. So we'll continue with our exploration, of course. And we just completed research into colonization reduction cost of 5%. You're going to want to put research into jump point stabilization modules, because those are the things that are going to allow you to actually get civilian economy out to these places, and also bigger ships. And once you are able to do that, you can really start to capitalize on on the solar system, or on these different systems, right? So you really consider that when you're dealing with the colonization aspects of this game. We completed research into construction rate. We're going to put research into, I think, maintenance production, because I think we're definitely going to need that later down the road. Because obviously, if we're going to maintain bigger and bigger fleets, we're gonna obviously have issues. And these ships will come in and out. Now, one thing you do want to also consider, it's gonna be quite annoying at times, in terms of managing all the fleets. So do be aware of that. Just you're gonna have to get used to it. The game is extremely micro-intensive at times, especially with exploring. There are things you can do to cut back on it, but this is the easiest way that I found. Is just deal with it and send stuff, and the longer the ships have deployment times for fuel, the less you'll be disturbed by it, obviously. So keep that in mind. So we're gonna go explore this other jump point. Now we've discovered the system of Luton. It's 7268, and we found a planet with a liquid atmosphere. It's a very small. It's a dwarf. It's a dwarf planet with less gravity than Mars. It's apparently got a liquid atmosphere, and right now it's just not got a breathable atmosphere, which is the issue. It's actually 2 degrees Celsius. It's a pretty good place, and yeah, this is a very interesting kind of system here. There's very few things, but obviously there is a binary star system. So this is the really cool thing, is that there'll be a lot of binary-like star systems there. So a lot of resources here that we can obviously exploit, which will be very nice for us. And so we're just going to continue. The cuttlefish just finished, and I'm going to tell her to go to 37 Gemini and then explore. Oh, we found a jump gate on that one. That's interesting. Those could be aliens, or could just be a random jump stabilization, so keep that in mind. And so this is why you gotta be careful as well. If there's aliens out here, they can find things, and you need to be extremely careful of that. We discovered the system of heap 91608, and oh god, yeah, it does look like we're gonna find some aliens here. Any worlds that could habitate aliens? It says there's 64 habitable, but I don't see 64 habitable. Yeah, I don't see anything habitable here. Well, we're gonna go and explore. The TFS Barracuda, you can head over to 37 Gemini and then explore this one. There's another one. So yeah, this looks like we're gonna find an NPR here. So you gotta be very careful in terms of this. HIP 924444. We found a planet with an ice shield, nitrogen, carbon dioxide atmosphere. It is quite a habitable world. It's 29,000 in diameter, or 29,000 kilometers. Which is very, very interesting. We found another jump point. Why is the Barracuda doing that? I need to change the Barracuda's settings. It should be surveying next 5 systems, or next 5 system bodies. So now we have the cuttlefish, and we're going to move the cuttlefish over to 37 Gemini, and then obviously to this one to have a look and move. And in this process, you're just going to kind of researching and looking for things, getting better engine tech, getting your military stuff up. I'm not going too into it, but some good ideas is pick 2 different weapon types and stick with those, so missiles and gorse, or different things. You generally want a PD, and then you want something that kills things. So gorse and then missiles to blow things out of the sky is generally a good idea. So that is something that you can look at. We have detected aliens in HIP 92444. Detection has been spotted at a ship, an Ering Fak class vessel, detected in HIP 92444, going at a speed of 3,841 kilometers a second. Yes, we have discovered alien contact officially, and that is a jump gate here, as you can see. Here they are. These are a bit ugly, honestly. It doesn't look like they're too hostile though, so we're going to keep our exploration of the system accordingly. So they are not spoilers, because they would have killed us immediately. So we don't really have any too issues there. And this is why you need the military, because otherwise they could just walk over you. Diplomacy is a thing, and you can be diplomatic with MPRs, and I've done this in my latest series, but you need to be very careful at times, and you need to be able to back your words up with military force, just like how you would with anything else in life. So we're just going to continue our surveying process across the star system. And overall, everything is looking good. We are surveying the entire system here. Complete research into maintenance production. Let's get some missile technologies on the way, because we need some missiles. So implosion warhead, so that is going to be for the MSP. Magazine feed neutralization systems, missile agility systems, stuff like that. Okay, and then we have Dolphin, the Dolphin. Half Centauri, please. And then go to Luton, and then explore through this star, please. Thank you. We've just got a system of Proxima Centauri next to Alpha Centauri. A low gravity planet in the habitable zone. A dwarf planet is low gravity though. Considerable distance, but nothing too important. And again, it's another. Oh, I thought it was binary star system. It's just a singular star, which is a little less common, but does obviously happen. You know, Sol and other places. And yeah, that's a full survey of that place, completely done for us. And we're going to continue our exploration. The Barracuda is unable to carry out its standing order, so I'm going to have it move over to 37 Germanon and then head over to HIP this place, and then go to Unexplored. Let's go explore the aliens, because the aliens are going to be here. Yeah, it's not going to be a fun time. So you're going to build out this exploration network, and then you want to go colonization. So you want to have jump stabilization stations, and then basically put a jump stabilization module onto a station, and then you tug them over to a place, to the jump point. They'll stabilize it on both ends. Once the point is not, once the point is stabilized, it can be unstabilized, and you can move civilians and infrastructure and colonize other worlds essentially. And so we found another system. Nothing too impressive here. We completed research into the jump stabilization module. So to kind of end the episode off, I guess we'll create a jump stabilization vessel, or not jump stabilization, but we'll create a very basic stabilization station. So where is the jump stabilization module? Jump point stabilization. There we go. Get rid of the fuel. And there we go. That is a jump stabilization station essentially. So we have a jump. It'll take 180 days to stabilize it on both ends. So it'll take them a year to stabilize a jump point on both sides, and both sides need to be stabilized, of course. So there we go. And so we can now build those, and then we can start stabilizing our own jump points, moving civilian industry over, and then starting colonization efforts accordingly. So we're going to start construction on these the jump stabilization stations. So let's go for 4 of those, please. Up or down Q, and then up Q. Okay, up Q, please, and then that will get constructed for us accordingly. And we'll use those to stabilize everything. They can also be used for lag range points. I made a video on that a while ago, but they're very, very useful in that aspect. So the lobster is now stuck, so we're going to Auora out to this place. Oh no, don't Auora out to there. Auora out to Luton, and then go to there. And we also should have that space station done for us. So the Argentina. So we're going to detach. We're going to grab our tug. So this is a tug, right? I think. It's been a while. Yeah, this is a tug. And then we are going to go over here, and we are going to grab the Argentina. We are going to tractor. Then we're going to move it to the Alpha Centauri jump point, and then we're going to go refuel, and then that'll we can then order it to start stabilizing once we're there. We built another one. And the one in complete orders, so we can go and tell basically the Argentina to start stabilization efforts on Alpha Centauri, and that will stabilize the jump point accordingly for us in 180 days. And yeah, there you go. So that's where I'm going to leave the episode off. Not much actually happened in this episode in the game, but this was just generally talking through bit of an outro. Let me know what you guys think of the series. If you want to see more like this in the future, maybe. I'm not sure where else I could take this after I remastered it like this. Maybe in the future, far future. There may be one more episode after this if you guys really want, where I can go over things. Maybe an episode just answering questions of why I did this in the series, why I did this. So feel free to ask those questions in the comments below. I'll see you later. Please don't like, comment, and subscribe. And you have a great one. Bye.